Kajabi can be overwhelming even for the most experienced users. While it is an all-in-one platform, and it is really a powerful tool, navigating the many settings needed to get your site launch ready can sometimes really feel like a maze. But you don't have to worry, because in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 of the most commonly missed settings, and I'll show you how to tweak those settings quickly and effectively so you can have a really polished and professional site. So if we haven't met yet, I'm Chelsey, a Kajabi specialist, and I have spent years helping entrepreneurs just like you launch and scale their businesses on Kajabi. From building courses to launching entire funnels, I've seen it all, and I know what works and I know what doesn't. These tips I'm sharing today come straight from my experience helping countless Kajabi users avoid these costly mistakes and create sites that they're actually really proud of. So the first setting that most people don't even know exists is actually has to do with your transactional emails and putting your branding on them. So unlike regular emails that you would send through like the email marketing section, transactional emails, they have their own templates and their own branding settings, and they do kind of need your attention to edit them. So if you're not sure what I mean by a transactional email, simply put, it's a automated message that's sent after like a specific action, like when you purchase something or when someone comments in your community. Now, by default, the button color in these transactional emails is actually black with white text, and chances are that's not your branding color. Plus, adding a logo will help your customers recognize your emails and probably reduce the chances of them marking your emails as spam. So here's how you can go and edit the branding of your transactional emails. You're gonna head down to the settings area. You can find this on any page of your Kajabi backend. Once you're in your settings, you're gonna head over to the email templates. Now you might think this is marketing settings, but they actually put this under email templates. So click on that, and then at the top, there is a little tab up here called branding. You're gonna open up that branding tab, and that is gonna give you the customized branding page where you can go ahead and upload a logo. You can change the button colors of those transactional emails as well as the font color that is on top of the button. So I'll quickly do that right now. I'm just gonna upload a file from my computer. We'll just throw this one on here and upload that. And the font color for us, we have a specific brand color for our buttons. So we're gonna throw that color on there, and then we want white text on our blue. So that's that. We hit save. Now, if you wanna preview your email to see kind of what it looks like, make sure you've got a good orientation of your logo, then you're gonna wanna make sure that you take a peek at it. So head back over to templates. You can open up any one of these emails. It really doesn't matter. Just hit edit. And up here where it says preview in browser, it's going to pop up a little window here, and you can see your logo up top. If it looks a little wonky, then go ahead and edit your logo and just upload a new one until you got one that looks good. Don't expect this page to look amazing because they are transactional emails. There's not a lot of formatting to them. They're going to look plain. So just keep it simple, keep it basic, and that's it for branding your transactional emails. Next setting that is often missed is actually on your checkout page. Now, by default, all the Kajabi checkout pages, they include this little checkbox for customers to opt into your email marketing. And this checkbox is actually required by law to ensure that you have permission to email your customers. And breaking anti-spam laws, they could actually result in fines or even lawsuits. So it is actually critical to have explicit consent from your customers. Now, emailing your customers is actually quite crucial. It's crucial for nurturing your relationship with them. So without their permission, and you can't really send them any onboarding instructions or event reminders, product updates, or anything else that kind of keeps them engaged. So it's really important that we're able to customize this message. Unfortunately, the default message that Kajabi has in there is subscribe to our email list. And that's not really inviting. It's very unlikely that your customers are going to check that box. But thankfully, Kajabi allows us to customize this text and make it a little bit more appealing. Now, if you want some sample text of what some of our clients have used that kind of converts a little bit better than the subscribe to our email list, I've included those in a free download that's linked in the description below. So to find the email marketing option for your checkout pages, we're going to actually head to the settings of your Kajabi site, Inside your site settings, over here where it says checkout settings, we're going to open that up. At the top here is our settings for email opt-in. Now by default it is unchecked. It's best to just keep that one there, but this custom messaging is exactly where we want to go, and we recommend that you edit this. Now you will get a warning to make sure that whatever you write in this section complies with all of the marketing laws and regulations that apply to your business. So make sure that what you write is in accordance to those laws. So what we want you to do is make sure that it is something that is enticing enough for people to want to check the box, but also honest of what they're checking the box for. So go ahead and put in what you want here, and then you can hit save. And then now when you look at your checkout, you're going to have this custom message on there instead of it just saying to subscribe to emails. So there you go. The next setting is the SEO and social share settings on landing pages. Now, every single landing page gives you the option to either have Google index the page, which means like make it visible in search results, or hide it completely. And you also have the option to customize the title, the description, and the thumbnail image of the page. Now, if you want your pages to show up in Google searches, you're going to need to make sure that the SEO toggle is on. And you're going to want to make sure you have a keyword-rich title and description to help your pages appear in the search results when people are looking for your topic. You're going to want to add an eye-catching thumbnail that ensures that when you or your followers share that page, through Facebook or Instagram or anything, that the image actually shows up clearly, it's relevant, and it's visually appealing. Now, if you have pages that you don't really want in Google searches, like a test page or a thank you confirmation page where you don't want Google to find those, by default, Kajabi actually has the toggle turned on for SEO. So you're going to want to go in to each individual page and turn that off. So you can keep all of those pages private. So to edit the social share settings for your landing pages, you're going to head over into the landing page area here, find the page that you want to edit, and click on the three dots on the side here. And you're going to go to where it says edit details, not edit the design. We just want to edit the details. So click there, and that's going to give us all of our page details here. So this top line is your title of your page, and this is typically your internal title. So you can put whatever you want here. We like to be pretty descriptive as to what that page is for. Your slug is what your link is going to be to that page. And you've got your page visibility, draft, or published. Now on the bottom here is our social sharing, our SEO section. This is the part that Google is going to be reading. So you want to make sure that you put in a nice keyword-rich page title. If you want this page to be indexed by Google, you want to make sure it's descriptive as to what this page is about using keywords, as well as the description. So you want to kind of make sure that these are kind of Google ready for whatever your page is about or what your keywords are. You want to make sure they're included in there. Down here is the social image. You want to make sure that it is a 1280 by 720 in pixels so that it's the correct dimension. So really key that you get the right type of file uploaded here. And to do that, you just click choose a social image and you can upload a new file. If you already have a really nice file made, you can just select a recent one. Otherwise, just go ahead and upload a new one here. And then if you want Google to see the page, you're going to want to make sure that this toggle is on, saying this page is visible to search engines. Now, if it's like a thank you confirmation page, or it's just a members only page, or just a hidden page, you don't really want Google to be finding it in searches, you're going to turn this off so that the page is hidden. So once you've updated all of this, you can go ahead and hit save, and voila, you have your settings fixed for your social share. Now this next setting may seem like a really small detail, but it actually plays a pretty important role in making your site look polished and professional. And that's having a favicon icon. And now the favicon is just that tiny little icon that you see at the top of your browser. It's in the little tab area. If you're on one of your Kajabi pages, you'll see the Kajabi K, and you're going to want to make sure that your pages have your brand on it and your logo. So let's go take a look at how to actually go and do that. Now your favicon for your entire Kajabi site is found under the settings area. So you can click settings down here at the bottom and you'll be able to see all of your site settings here. And we're going to head over to site details and we're going to scroll down all the way to where it says branding. So a lot of people remember to put the logo in, but they skip the favicon because they don't really know what it is. But it is actually quite important. So let's put that favicon in. We want to make sure that it is 32 by 32 pixels. So it's a very small square and it needs to be nice and clear and simple. So here's an example of one that works really well and fits with our branding. So make sure you upload your favicon right here in your site details. The next setting that is actually a huge time saver is setting the button colors and the styles for an entire page so that you don't have to go and individually change the settings of every single CTA button, which if you have a really long sales page, that's a lot of buttons. So setting the CTA buttons to have a consistent style and look and doing that in the page style settings is actually the most efficient way to do that. And it'll make sure that you don't have any mistakes where you have some rogue button that doesn't actually match the rest of them. And the other really important thing about using these page settings for your button styling and not doing it individually is sometimes when Kajabi rolls out a major update to their editor, your button styles will reset to the default color that Kajabi puts out, and then all of a sudden your pages have different colored buttons. So it's actually quite important that you do use this setting so that if they do roll out an update and the default color switches, you don't have to go back and change every button manually. It's quite a hassle. So it's really important that you use the page settings. So let's take a look at how to do that. Now the setting for the button colors and styles that are going to apply to the entire page are found under the settings area here once you're in the editor. So any page that you want to edit, you're going to go here to settings. Style guide is where you're going to find all of kind of your global page settings. So everything that we edit in this section here is going to apply to this page only. It doesn't apply to every single landing page in your site, but it will apply to this page. And so what's really cool is that the buttons styling down here, we can edit them for all the buttons on the whole page. So instead of clicking here on an individual button and then going to the call to action area and setting all the button settings down here and then doing the same thing for the next button, the next button, the next button, we can just do it for all the buttons in one shot. And this is really recommended because it's going to allow all your buttons to be consistent across all of your entire page. So back to our style guide. This is where we're going to make some edits. So right now the CTA is really blending in. It's not very visible, it doesn't really pop, and it doesn't even really fit with the style because this style has lots of sharp edges. And so we're going to actually edit this. Let's start by, let's throw on a different color. So I've got more of a goldish yellowish color here to help make this pop a little bit. And I think we need to make it solid as well because the outline is really meant for a CTA that you don't want to be a primary CTA. It kind of blends in too much. So in this case, this is a very important CTA. We want to make sure it pops. And let's go ahead and save that so we can take a look at it. And it will apply now to every single button. So it's not just this one, but now you'll see all of our buttons have that same yellow color. Now we also want to have the radius to be sharp edges because this entire page is sharp edges, so it doesn't make sense for us to have curved buttons. So we're going to just take away that border radius, and now we've got all sharp edges, so all 0 radius on all the buttons. So it's just really nice and quick and clean and easy to do our buttons that way. If you do have a button that needs to be different for whatever reason, if there's part of your strategy is to have that button be different, you can still click on the button and you can go here and you can change that button to whatever color you want. So if I go and change that one to blue, you'll see that that changed. But if I go look down here, the other ones are still the same, so they're all good. So you still have the ability to go and customize a button if you want, but it's best to have that one global kind of setting to do the entire page. So just make sure that all of your CTA buttons are consistent in the style and in their colors. It surprises me how many people in the official Kajabi Facebook group still get tripped up on this one setting after all of these years. So if you're using the Premier product theme for your course layout, then you need to check out this next video where I share the fix to this most asked question. Go check it out.